Joined now by the coach of the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders football team, Rick Stockstill. Coach, how's your summer been?
It's going great, Steve. I appreciate it. Haven't really done much. Been around town, been around the office most of the summer, but spent a lot of time with our guys this summer, watching them work out and everything. But it's been a great summer.
August 3rd is the date that they report, and you really get going for football camp. Is the countdown already on?
Yeah, I think for all college coaches, when July 4th gets here, your summer's over, and you start getting those blinders on. You start getting focused on, the upcoming season. So, yeah, it's pretty much in let's go mode right now.
The last few seasons, we've watched the transition from the Sun Belt into Conference USA. You guys have done very well in a bowl game again last year. Are you through that transition now? How do you, evaluate where you are in the process of something like that?
Yeah, Steve, I think we've done really well, in the 3 years being in Conference USA. It's a very competitive league. It's a very talented league with players and coaches. So I think, we've come in second place every year, in our division. So we've held our own. Hopefully, we'll continue to improve and get better, and this year will be a special year for us.
Coming off a Bahamas Bowl berth last season, what's the expectation for your guys? All the excitement now about coming back to camp, but when you get back, what's the expectation?
Well, we had a great off season. We had a great January, February, and March, a great spring practice, and then, they had a little bit of a break there in May to go home, and they've been back since the 1st of June working out. And so summer's been good. They've worked their tails off. I think we're in great shape. Jason Spray's done a good job, our strength coach there. So our expectations, every year is to win the conference and go to a bowl game and win a bowl game. So those goals will always be there. And but as a coach, when you look at it, it's easy to say, yeah, you want to win the conference, but it's the process of getting there. And if you'll just win today, win the day, win today, win tomorrow, each day, that's how you accomplish your goals. You don't accomplish your goals by saying this is what we want to do. You accomplish your goals by being great every day and competing every day to reach those goals. And then at the end of the year, when you go through the process, you can kind of sit back and say, yeah, we did what we said we wanted to do.
How much does the winning become contagious? After the way your team played last year and getting to a bowl game, how much does that help you just automatically going into this season?
Well, these guys have won since they've been here, and we've been bowl eligible 7 out of my 10 years, and these guys, they know how to play, they know how to work, they know how to compete, they know how to win. We won some close games last year. We lost a couple close games, but these guys know how to win. They believe in what we're doing, our systems, offensively, defensively, in the kicking game. They know how to work, they know how to practice, they know how to play hard and compete. So they know what the expectations are.
The Maxwell Award watch list recently came out. Your son and quarterback Brent Stockstill's on there, along with Richie James, who had such a great year catching passes from Brent last year. Is it safe to say that's where the offense starts for the Blue Raiders coming up this fall?
Yeah, I think so. Brent had a great year last year. Richie had a great year last year. The thing that I'm continually impressed by both those guys are just their work ethic and how humble they are. They go out and throw every day. They work every day. They're not walking around acting like, they're Tarzan beating their chest. Look at me. They're very humble. They're great teammates. They're great leaders. They work. And that's what I'm most impressed about.
Rick, for you personally, what's it like coaching your son?
It's been a true blessing. I just, it's, and I've said this a lot, Steve, that if you go out to practice and you watch and you didn't know his last name, you wouldn't know he's my son. He's such a great teammate. He's the hardest worker on our team. The players respect him. And I've just enjoyed watching him grow and watching him mature and watching play, just to be able to say hello to him, whether we're practicing or not, during the off season, whatever, just how's your day? And because as a college coach, you miss so much of your kids growing up. that to have this experience for these, 4 years, 5 years that he'll be here. I know when it's over, I'll look back and I'll have a huge smile on my face, and I'll beam a lot of pride because I'm proud of him. I'm more proud of him as a man, the type of man he is, than I am as a player, and he's a dang good player.
You guys have had a really good running game to complement that passing game a lot during your time there. People around here will know the name Itavius Mathers. He had a great spring for you. How much of an impact can he have on your running game and offense?
He needs to, and we need to run the ball better than what we did last year. We weren't as efficient running the ball as we needed to be, especially in critical situations. So Itavius, again, is such a great person. He's a humble kid. He works, just a great teammate also, and he had a great spring. He's done everything we've asked since he's been here, and I hope he has a phenomenal year this year. 1 for him and then 2 for us.
Yeah, defensively now, looks like you're going to be pretty stout in the front 7, but very inexperienced in the secondary. How do you maybe mask some of that, and what's the expectation on the defensive side of the ball?
We want to raise our standards. We want to raise, our expectations from last year. We want to improve on last year, and we did a lot of good things last year. We only gave up 26 points a game. We were good in the red zone last year, so we got to continue to improve. But I like up front. I like our guys. We got all our guys back. We lost 1. Our linebackers, I think, are going to be really athletic. Probably more athletic than what we were last year, just a little inexperienced. And then, we got our corners back. They played a bunch last year, and so I think we can be better there. And then the safeties is a question mark. We lost 3 really good players, and 1 being Kevin Byard here with the Titans now. So that's an area that we've got to really make sure we get, I don't want to say shored up, but we've got to make sure that we're ready to go that first game at the safety position.
They have to grow up at least.
Yeah, that's a good say. They have to grow up because they're going to be young. They're going to be inexperienced. But, again, they're good athletes. They're good players back there. They just got to get their feet wet.
I wanted to ask you about Kevin Byard because we saw him make so many plays for you guys down there in the Borough. He gets drafted in the 3rd round. He's come in and already turned some heads over at Titans camp. What kind of a player do you think he can be at the next level in the NFL?
I think Kevin can play in the NFL for a long time. He's got a tremendous work ethic. He competes. He loves to work. And to me, watching the NFL, you can't get spoiled by the money. You can never take a day off. You got to practice. And I tell our guys all the time, Brian Dawkins, who I recruited at Clemson, used to say, in his 13th year in the NFL, I practice like a rookie every day. And that's what Kevin will do. He'll come in here with a great attitude, and he'll work his tail off. He'll listen. He's coachable. You can coach him hard. He takes pride in his craft. And I expect him to have a long, productive career in the NFL.
Back to your team, you talked about the expectations, always to have a winning season, to get to bowl games that you've done very frequently here recently. What would it mean, though, to bust through that door and get a Conference USA championship?
That's what we're fighting for. And we've knocked on it. We've knocked on that door a little bit. Now it's time to knock it in. But, we're excited about this year. And that's obviously that's one of our goals, Steve, is to win it. But you can't win it by saying that's what we want to do. You got to go out and improve every day. You've got to play up to your potential individually and collectively as a team. And so there's some areas that I feel really good about on this team. And there's some areas that we've got to improve in a hurry. And if we can do that, then we'll have a chance.
I think a lot of the so-called experts out there would look on paper and say this is the team that gives you the best chance to do just that. How do you temper, or do you temper some of those expectations with your own guys when maybe the outside expectations are raised?
Well, we don't ever listen to the outside, and you can't.
That's smart, but
you can't listen to, to what people say about you, good or bad, because everybody's got an opinion out there on that. So, but to me, I think offensively we're probably better than we've been in a long time. Defensively, we've got some holes we've got to get patched up. So if we can get those holes patched defensively and improve in the kicking game, we were very, very average in the kicking game last year. We've got to improve that. And if we can do that, we'll have a chance to win this thing.
Rick Stockstill, the countdown is on for football camp at Middle Tennessee. Thanks so much for the time. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Try and get some rest before you get back out there, okay?
I appreciate you.